We've seen plays and musicals like Lion King, Aladdin, Hamilton. Some of us have been to amazing Broadway theaters or even Sight and Sound theaters, which, by the way, I believe is an amazing experience. But the only play that I've seen was Hamilton, and it wasn't even live. It was a video of the play. But with that being said, check out this shirt that I got from my sister. Those who stand for nothing fall for anything. In everything that I'm talking about today, I am kind of using play and musical synonymously. And for some of the productions that I talk about, there's a very thin line that causes the difference between the two. Now, let me explain the difference between a play and a musical. A play is a stage performance that mainly uses dialogue to tell the events of the story. While in a musical, there's way more song and dance that is involved. One example of a play is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Now, even though there is underlying background music, we won't really see anyone just bust out into song or dance. On the other hand, there is Hamilton, where 94 to 98% of what is said is sung, sang, sung. And even so, every single scene has choreography or a dance or music of some sort. Then we go into stage performances like Aladdin, where there is a lot of dialogue, but there are some times where the characters sing. Now, I personally think that once there is choreography and a dedicated song or dance in the performance, it automatically becomes a musical. That's me, but you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. By the way, I really love writing, directing, and editing these videos, so make sure you subscribe to my channel. My next goal is 5,000 subscribers. We're taking off in 2025. Going to see Hamilton is definitely on my bucket list because not only is it one of my favorite plays next to Lion King and Hairspray, but it is also so well written, choreographed, and directed. Shout out to Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yo, I see videos on TikTok of the cast and even the production, the behind the scenes, as illegal as it is, and I love every single video. I honestly just wish I got to see the original cast. Cause yeah, that would have been that just would have been great. So my love for acting didn't really start until like my teen years. I did start acting when I was maybe 7 or 8 in church plays and stuff like that. Then when I was in my late teens, I did some screen films. I definitely almost got schemed in my teen years going into the acting world. If you want to hear about that story, definitely let me know because it was an experience. But anyway, in my last year of high school, I auditioned for a stage play, a stage musical, Hairspray, because I loved it at the time, and I just wanted to act. But I didn't get the role that I wanted, so I joined the baseball team instead. Then after that, I continued doing some screen films, which were kind of on the bigger side, so the editing process takes a whole lot longer. So I'm waiting for those to come out. Then I've done various stage plays for my church. Now we could get into the specific roles, and any question that you guys honestly have, you can ask. But we can get into the specific roles of what I did in other videos. But right now, I kind of want to just focus on my directing and crew side of my experience. Now, I was always interested in the behind the scenes side of production. I've done work as a stagehand, I've done media, and my absolute favorite, which still is my favorite, is lighting. I think honestly that's the reason dances are my favorite part of any production, because I can take what I see from the dances and the choreography, and I can make a whole lighting design from nothing, from just a thought, from just visualizing what I see to putting it into effect. That's the really cool part for me. So now being in those roles, it kind of makes you have to talk to the director or whoever's in charge. Not that I didn't want to, but it makes you talk to them and makes you build that relationship with them, because you have to talk to them about what their idea is, what their vision is, etc. So from that point, I kind of got the job description of a production assistant. One, I really just had a passion for it, and then two, I got trusted with so many different things. It was like, why just put multiple titles like lighting, stagehand, blah 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 blah. Just put one title. It's production assistant, and at the same time, I was also acting. So let's fast forward to the end of 2023. I was the head of media, and I realized that my passion was not in media. I had more of a passion for production, as you guys can tell by now. So I announced my retirement, quote unquote, from media and headed over to production. Now, the plan was to put on this huge production called history. Now, if you've seen this production in the past, this joint was amazing. So we announced in December of 2023 that we would be doing that production in December of 2024. When I tell you we were excited for this production, we started doing casting calls, we started doing auditions, and I had my whole team set by like May of 2024. And legitimately, we were editing and writing scripts for hours. I mean, when I tell you hours, it was a long time that we put into that. My last video, I just did an oil, not treatment, but I oiled my head, so it's just still dripping down. We were calling animal farms to bring in live animals. We were setting lighting. We were doing visual effects. We were doing set design. We were doing all this stuff. Then I had to start putting together a budget for this whole production. Now, this was my first year doing anything to kind of like spearheading any production. So I knew it was going to be pretty simple to just throw some numbers together based on what we need. At the end of that process, when I tell you I was so wrong, the number that we got scares me to this day. So I'm going to give you the number. I'm going to give you the budget for this production. So I want you to hold on tight, like real tight, because whew. So when we priced everything that I just talked about, we priced the animals, lighting, visuals that were gonna get brought in, set design, staging, audio equipment, video equipment, costumes, props, and when all that was said and done, our budget came up to $500,000. So if you didn't know why we didn't do history in December of 2024, that is why. And honestly, the next time that we do that production, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be next year. It's not. It might. It definitely won't be this December. It won't. Might not be the next December, but the next time we do that production, it is going to be mind blowing. And the one thing, which is gonna be a surprise, so I can't say what it is, but the one thing that we want to get is over $150,000. So be ready. That's all I got to say. All right. So jumping back into the story. I was like, yo, we're probably not going to get $500,000 in the next 6 months. So the video promos faded, the casting calls stopped, the auditions stopped, and it was honestly real disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, it was high key disappointing. In October of 2024, I got a call, and the call says, "Oh, we're doing a production in December." I'm like, December? I'm partially really excited, but at the same time really nervous because that means we have 2 months to get everything together. And everything means planning from start to finish, the dances, the music, marketing, props, casting, rehearsals, ticketing, concessions, all that. In my mind, I was like, it's just time to grind. And I knew with the team that I chose, yeah, I knew we could do it.